The Kingston Bridge is one of the main routes into Glasgow, which is split into a north side and a south side by the mighty River Clyde. And here on the north side of the city is the splendid new Maryhill shopping centre.
Hello, my name is Colin Webster. I'm a research scientist and I'm involved in research into multiple sclerosis, which is the most common disease of the central nervous system. In fact, I suffer from the disease myself. But as we look around this busy shopping centre and see people going around their everyday business, it's hard to think that just 200 or 300 yards across the road here in Maryhill, there is a centre run by Action for Research into Multiple Sclerosis, which exists to help people who suffer from this terrible condition and to help them and their families to come to terms with the disease and to improve their quality of life.
Something like 120 of Scotland's thousands of sufferers attend this Maryhill centre each week. They're brought by car and by specially designed ambulance vans and coaches. The disease, by the way, strikes most frequently those in their 20s and 30s. But no one, I repeat, no one is secure from the possibility of multiple sclerosis attacking them. And one further frightening statistic is the fact that it affects twice as many women as men. Indeed, it's true to say that the main characteristic of the disease is its sheer unpredictability. Sadly, some sufferers find that their condition worsens quite rapidly, while others find that they can continue to participate in and contribute to normal working and family life for very many years. Throughout the United Kingdom, there are almost 50 centres, while here in Scotland there are 7, and they're located at Wick, Stornoway, Aberdeen, Dundee, Greenock, Edinburgh, and of course, Glasgow. MS is quite unpredictable, and this, coupled with the lack of a sure diagnostic test for the disease, often makes a doctor understandably reluctant to voice his or her suspicions. And it should be pointed out that diagnosis is not helped by the fact that sometimes there can be long periods, even years, between the first and subsequent attacks. And this time delay certainly doesn't help to firm up the initial suspicions of the doctor. Now, the folk who come here come to receive a treatment known as HBO. That's hyperbaric oxygen therapy. It's a treatment that was developed by Dr. Philip James of Ninewells Hospital in Dundee, and which is based on an oxygen feed within a tank that in turn is based on a deep-sea diving chamber. Val Clarkson is one of 4 chamber operators who work a weekly shift pattern at the centre. Incidentally, when a sufferer comes here for the very first time, the sessions are daily for 20 days, and thereafter they come like everyone else just once a week. Up to 6 people can enter the chamber at any one time, and it can be pressurised to any depth between 8 and 33 feet. And normally, the duration of the session is just over an hour.
Right, everybody, you all quite comfortable? Right, going down to 24 feet. If you've any problems with your ears or anything else, just give me a shout right away. Off we go then.
Once inside the chamber, the patients often quietly read to pass the time while receiving the oxygen treatment. And there are 3 fully qualified nurses who regularly attend the centre on a rota basis. And Sheila Allen is one of them. And here you see her demonstrating the sway meter that's used to measure the balance of a patient.
Make sure there's a stretch on it. Switch on this meter, and you can see a little green light. This will run for a minute, and the numbers here will show how often the patient sways within the minute. Right, so it goes way up. Once it reaches 100, the numbers then go back to 1 again, so we have to keep watching this. A minute can seem a very, very long time when you're standing if your balance is poor.
The Glasgow Centre's full-time physiotherapist is Brian Balmain. And the importance of physiotherapy is, as I'm sure you'll understand, quite vital in caring for the MS sufferer.
She's going to do a wee bit of stretching of these muscles here the way I did with you before, so that she can do it at home with you. Because it's important that we keep these muscles stretched out, otherwise you'll have trouble with the knee seizing up a bit. And we've got to be careful Mary doesn't strain herself.
And here Brian is demonstrating the technique for a simple exercise that can be carried out at home.
That's good. That's fine. Push up with the left hand. You can feel the stretch coming on. Hold that. Ease it out again a wee bit more. Relax. Slip your hand underneath and lower. And that's fine. Good.
Since 1978, this diet, rich in essential fatty acids, has been in use. And now, the Department of Health, the Health Education Council, and the World Health Organization have published diets very similar to this one. And although this one was, of course, designed with the MS person in mind, it's such a healthy diet that the whole family can and probably should follow it. And of course, it advises, as you can see, plenty of fresh fruit and vegetables, wholemeal bread, cereals, poultry, game, lean meat and fish. The chamber operator, of course, constantly monitors the session. But here, Administrator John Bennett does his own little personal check. And confidential counselling is carried out here at the Maryhill Centre by Barbara Carruthers.
I think you've been coming here for a week now. How are you finding the tank?
I don't find it very threatening. I find it okay, it's fine, fairly easy and quite comfortable.
Good. So any sort of worries you had about it have been dispelled, have they?
Well, I'd actually come for a preview before I actually started the programme, so I think that certainly helped. Took away an awful lot of the frightening apprehension. It was fine.
So you'd recommend that, would you, as a way of...
Well, I think it's more beneficial coming along and having a look first of all before you actually start, although everything is well and truly explained to you whenever you start. But I think for your own peace of mind it's better to come and have a look first of all.
Yes, good.
Although there's still a degree of controversy about this hyperbaric oxygen therapy, many sufferers testify to the value of the therapy. And perhaps its best claim at the moment is its ability to contain the progress of the disease. And to help establish if the hopes for HBO are justified, the Glasgow Centre receives funding for the large number of patients who receive HBO to be monitored in great detail over a significant period of time. Now, one of the important features of the centre here in Maryhill is the way in which John Bennett, who administers the centre, and his dedicated band of staff and helpers managed to achieve a friendly club atmosphere so that sufferers, their families and friends can come together to talk, to laugh and share their problems. Eddie Hillman is the chairman of the Glasgow Friends of Arms.
And of course the unit is open 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, so that we can offer all possible help to the MS sufferers in this area. It also means, of course, that we can carry out more research into this disease. And again, that will mean that in the future we can offer other help to them, hoping one day to find a cure.
But what can you do? Well, why not become, like Eddie Hillman and others, a friend of arms? This way, you can really help with the vital research into this crippling disease. And how can you get in touch? Well, here's the phone number and the address. And thank you for watching.